I think it's good to strike a healthy balance between who you actually are and the clients that you work with. Yeah, because depending on your stature, you first, if you, for instance, in a strict corporate setting, I'm not talking about where you work, because there it's more entrepreneurial, free, kind of graffiti against the wall type of corporate setting. But where Christelle works, I suspect you should dress a little bit more formal if you want clients there. If you do executive coaching, or you're a corporate change agent or something like that. Often found personally that the first impression is if you're not sure, err on the side to be a little bit more formal than general. That first impressions do make a difference, play a role, make impressions. Yeah. So some of my corporate clients, if you go like that, then you're not going to get work, really. And we might now say, but they're very stuck up. Yes, they are, but if you want them to be your client, then you will have to adapt to them. Not completely and not utterly and not unreservedly. There is a first impression in my experience, and then there is a getting relaxed with one another, and then it's a bit different. I got a tattoo. I don't want to show them the tattoo at the first session, but if they see it at the sixth session and they know me, then I know they're not going to think something which I'm not. So I make it easier for them to hide the tattoo. A tattoo in the beginning. But later on, if they see that, it's fine. You never get to that place. You might not be negatively impacted or affected or sort of play into whatever they want, but we are always aware of what others might perceive as to be. And I think we try to remain, even though you or me or some of us might be very comfortable in our own skins, we try to remain sensitive just for the sake of the other. Balance, being congruent, but being, let's call it in our terminology, balance, congruence with empathy. So I've got empathy for you. I see you're a very rigid person. So I can have empathy for that. But I can't wear a suit, but I gather a collared shirt makes your boat float. And I've got one or two in my cupboard, so I'll dress in one when I see you. But t-shirt is more what I would like to do. But for you, just to be sensitive to you, I'll put on this shirt today. I'm not going to fall to pieces or deny myself in that. No. So just balancing those two is, you learn that wisdom. The thing is, if I can put it in a different paradigm for different understanding, there are actually, and it's very narrowly stated, I'm going to state it very narrow, but it makes somehow sense. There are two reasons why you will allow me to influence you. Let's say as a coach, I want influence with you. There are two reasons. Either you regard me as an authority of some sort, or I'm your friend. Those two reasons will allow me to influence you. If I'm not your friend, because I'm not off the bat everyone's friend. I don't know everyone and they don't know me. So I must be some kind of authority. And in your mind, what perception could you bring across to someone as being an authority? It's more than dress, but it includes dress. It's how you speak, how you carry yourself, how you greet, how's your emotional intelligence, how you dress, how you comb your hair, all those things included. And when that person gathers that you're an authority on this topic of life, so therefore you're a life coach, for instance, and you've developed the relationship. And round about session 6, you became friends. Then you remain in an authoritative posture towards that person. That's true. We also have different energy levels, and somehow we attract it on the basis of that without factually knowing. It's more intuitive knowing. What you can rest in as a person making a difference to the lives of others is that by grace, God has got a plan for your life, and part of that plan is for you to meet certain people that He will give you the grace, if that's your purpose, to influence. You can rest in that thought. Your life is significant, your life is contributing, your life's got a purpose, and part of that purpose will be to meet certain people. Yeah, I think most, if not all of life operates on relationship.
Your best referral is your last one.
Yeah, this is a word of mouth industry more than anything else. So it doesn't discount, it doesn't negate, it doesn't cancel building a brand out there if that is where you feel you need to go. And create some kind of presence, so that what I've appreciated, I've watched one of Gregory Boyle's videos where he talks, and there was a question and answer session afterwards. And this one person out of the audience asked him, how do you do this? And how do you get it right not to get burnout? And then Gregory says, no, it's not what I can do for them, it's what they do for me. It's not me, being, out there. It's them coming to me and me having an open posture to welcome them as they come. And I thought, yeah, that makes sense. But I also know that wherever he goes, he dishes out, call me when you get out of jail. Call me when you get out of this facility. Call me when you're tired of this life. Call me when you want this tattoo removed. So he's doing that, but then he stays open and welcoming. So when they do come, I'm there for you now. So it's a balance between those two, not choosing the one above the other, but trying to balance that. Be out there, build a brand, make yourself known, not in the sense because you're greedy or you feel inferior if you don't do that, but people need to know about River Life coaching. Otherwise, they're not going to come to you. So make yourself known. And there's grace to do that, and there are ways to do that. A Facebook presence or a Twitter presence or an Instagram presence or whatever can help. A website can help. But then when they do come, it's like, come, I'm here for you, kind of. I've grappled with it the weekend that sometimes people would tell me, listen, take me off your list. I'm not interested in your videos. And then other people would, in prayer and hearts, and you don't know what to do. I just resort back to what I believe my call is, in something Paul wrote to Timothy, say, you preach Christ, whether it be tydig of ontydig. So, sometimes is ek ontydig in 'n ou se lewe met 'n video of 'n ietsie op social media. En ek is jammer daarvoor, maar sorry. Ek weet nie hoe om dit anders te doen nie. Don't know how to do it differently.